Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Teresa Giudice details first time meeting ex-husband's new GF. Seeing your ex move on is never easy, even if you moved on first. The Real Housewives of New Jersey OG Teresa Giudice divorced her husband Joe in 2020 after he was deported following a prison stint. She's since married Luis Ruiz and met her ex's new girlfriend in late 2023. Now she's opening up about how she truly felt meeting her ex-husband's new lady love. Keep reading for all the details. Teresa Giudice's new husband under fire from fans. Viewers haven't seen Joe Giudice on the Bravo show since he left for prison in 2016. He was deported to Italy in 2019, immediately after his release. Teresa Giudice was clear that if her then-husband were deported, she wouldn't uproot their 4 daughters and follow him. Joe and Teresa announced their divorce in 2019 and it was finalized in 2020. She began dating Luis Ruiz that same year and they tied the knot in 2022. The two men in Teresa's life met in the Bahamas in 2021 after Joe moved there. Surprisingly, Joe and Luis got along just fine. However, many RHONG fans simply do not like Luis. He treats Teresa like the queen she is, but his behavior toward her co-stars is questionable. He came under fire recently for his comments toward Margaret Josephs on the season 14 finale. Luis was the one who suggested spending New Year's Eve 2023 in the Bahamas with Teresa's 4 daughters, her ex-husband and Joe's new girlfriend. Teresa Giudice details first time meeting ex-husband's new GF. Teresa Giudice was a guest on Kelly Ripa's Let's Talk Off-Camera podcast. She reflected on meeting Joe Giudice's girlfriend over the New Year's holiday. She shared that they all hung out, including her current husband Luis. Teresa said they all had a great time and it wasn't weird. It was totally fine. Is their marriage in Joe Giudice's future? According to Bravo, Joe and Teresa's daughter, Gia, shut down marriage speculation. Part of Joe Giudice's rebrand is a foray into the boxing industry. He will take on a soap star in a pay-per-view boxing match in December. Teresa has yet to share if she plans to fly down to Bermuda to watch the bout. Teresa Giudice never shied away from the spotlight, but this time the glare felt different. It wasn't the glitz and glamour of her Real Housewives of New Jersey life, nor the never-ending drama that seemed to follow her every move. This was personal, an unexpected intersection between her past and present. When Teresa's ex-husband, Joe Giudice, first mentioned his new girlfriend, Teresa had been taken aback. The thought of Joe moving on had always been an abstract concept, something that seemed distant and unreal, but now it was all too real. The day arrived with a mixture of anticipation and anxiety. Teresa wasn't just meeting Joe's new girlfriend, she was meeting the woman who had captured the heart of the man she had once shared her life with. The woman who now occupied a space that had once been hers. She decided to meet at a cozy cafe in Hoboken, neutral ground, away from the prying eyes of paparazzi and fans. Teresa arrived early, her nerves jangling as she sipped on her cappuccino. She wore a simple yet elegant outfit, carefully chosen to exude confidence without appearing over the top. But no matter how hard she tried to calm herself, her mind kept racing. Would Joe's new girlfriend be younger, prettier, more vibrant? Would she be everything that Teresa once was, or everything she could never be? The questions gnawed at her, each one more unsettling than the last. When Joe arrived with his new girlfriend in tow, Teresa's breath caught in her throat. The woman standing beside Joe was nothing like she had imagined. She was petite, with a warm smile that immediately put Teresa at ease. Her style was understated, her demeanor friendly and approachable. There was no sign of the tension Teresa had feared. "Teresa, this is Danielle," Joe introduced, his voice filled with a hint of apprehension. He clearly understood the magnitude of the moment, the importance of this first meeting. Danielle extended her hand with a genuine smile. "It's so nice to finally meet you, Teresa. I've heard so much about you." Teresa shook her hand, forcing herself to return the smile. "Likewise," she replied, though the words felt foreign in her mouth. The 3 of them sat down, and for a few moments, the silence was deafening. Teresa could feel Joe's eyes on her, gauging her reaction, trying to read her emotions. She had always been good at hiding her true feelings, a skill honed over years of reality TV drama, but this was different. This was raw, unfiltered emotion that she could barely contain. Danielle, sensing the tension, broke the ice. "I know this must be awkward for you, Teresa. I can't even imagine what it's like. But I want you to know that I respect your relationship with Joe. He speaks so highly of you and the life you built together." Teresa blinked, momentarily taken aback. She hadn't expected such openness, such empathy. It was disarming in a way she hadn't anticipated. "Thank you," she said, her voice softer than she intended. "It's just strange, you know, seeing Joe with someone else after all these years." Danielle nodded, her expression understanding. "I get that, I really do. And I want you to know, I'm not here to replace you or take away anything from what you had with Joe. That's your history, and it's important." The sincerity in Danielle's words was palpable, and Teresa found herself softening. This wasn't some scheming, fame-hungry woman trying to muscle her way into the spotlight. This was a genuine person who seemed to care about Joe, but also respected the boundaries of his past. Joe, who had been uncharacteristically quiet, finally spoke up. "Teresa, I know this is tough, but I want you to know that Danielle makes me happy, and I want us all to be able to get along, especially for the girls' sake." The mention of their daughters brought a new layer of emotion to the conversation. Teresa's protective instincts flared, but she quickly tamped them down. This wasn't about her anymore. It was about what was best for their family, even if that family looked different now. "I want that too," Teresa admitted, surprising even herself. "I want the girls to feel comfortable and know that we're all okay with this." Danielle smiled, relief washing over her face. "I hope we can get to a place where we're all comfortable with each other. I know it won't happen overnight, but I'm willing to put in the effort if you are." Teresa nodded, feeling a sense of camaraderie she hadn't expected. This was a new chapter, one she hadn't been prepared for, but perhaps it wasn't as daunting as she had feared. Perhaps in Danielle, she'd have found an unexpected ally in navigating this new reality. As they continued to talk, the conversation shifted away from the past and into the present. Danielle shared stories about her own life, her career, and her experiences with Joe. Teresa found herself listening, genuinely interested in what this woman had to say. There was no pretense, no agenda, just an honest exchange between two women who, despite their differences, shared a common thread. By the time they parted ways, Teresa felt a weight lift off her shoulders. This meeting, which she had dreaded for so long, had turned out to be a surprisingly positive experience. Danielle wasn't a threat, she was a new piece of the puzzle, someone who might even bring something valuable to the table. As Teresa watched Joe and Danielle walk away, hand in hand, she felt a sense of closure. This was the first step toward a new normal, one where past and present could coexist without animosity. It wouldn't be easy, and there would be challenges ahead, but for the first time, Teresa felt hopeful. She took a deep breath and turned to leave the cafe, her mind already shifting to what lay ahead. Life was full of unexpected twists and turns, but if today had taught her anything, it was that she was ready to face whatever came next, with grace, strength, and maybe even a little bit of peace.